Hey, welcome to Focus Today. I'm your host, Perry Atkinson, and it's a delight to have Tim Elbert in the house. Yes, it's an odd moment to have him here in the middle of winter. Well, we want you to know the nursery's open and he's doing business.
Well, the nursery's open anyways.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to take your question because there are some things you should be doing in the yard, even though it may be raining or snowing, and you could be watching the Olympics. You may want to go out and do some things. And if you're a diehard outdoors person, well, we'll take your phone calls. The phone number, if you want to talk to Tim, is area code 541-776-5368. Again, that's 541-776-5368, or toll free. If you're outside the immediate area, you can call toll free. That's 1-800-373-5368, and we'll take your calls. And again, 1-800-373-5368. And you're giving away a gift card?
Yeah, we're going to give away a $10 gift card to a caller, a lucky caller today.
All right. Yeah. $10 gift card out at the beautiful Four Seasons Nursery. Well, Tim, wow, you just got back from Hawaii, and here you are in the middle of winter. So what are we talking about? You should have Skyped in from Hawaii. We would have had a lot. We would have had a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, Hawaii was great, and it was fun to see all those tropical plants growing, and you know, for a plant geek like me, you know, seeing a pothos with leaves this big around, you just go, oh my word, you know, everybody else is like, well, that's a leaf.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, we had a great time. But coming back and now, you know, looking at what has happened, you know, back in December when we had all that cold weather, we had a lot of people calling in at the store and asking questions. What do I do with? And you just put fill in the blank.
Okay.
But so I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there with some questions on what to do.
Well, maybe you had some things that froze. Do you cut it, pull it, kill it? What do you do? Or anyway, give us a call and get your name in the hat. Again, 541-776-5368 or toll free 1-800-373-5368. All right, next week is Valentine's Day, and we usually use that as the marker to make sure the roses are cut all the way back.
Right. So that's the other thing. Is this is the time of year for the roses, and so you want to make sure that you get your roses cut back all the way this time. And of course, at this point, you're going to want to cut them. Well, let's see. Let's back up. Back around Thanksgiving, if you were really good, you pruned your roses just by cutting, cleaning cut, just cutting them about waist level and cleaning all that stuff up. And so now it's time to finish that. And what you're going to do is go inside that rose, and you're going to look at the structure of that rose. You're going to prune out anything that is smaller around than a pencil and bigger around than your thumb. Okay, so all those big heavy canes, all those little pencil-y small canes, clean all those out. And what you'll have left behind will be some really nice canes that you can top down at about
like that.
Well, let's hope you'd have more than that. But you want to, the rest of those you're going to want to cut down to 12 to 18 inches. I like to go a little on the low side, so 12 inches. And you want to prune them to a bud that faces away from the center of the plant. So when it grows out away from the center of that plant.
Okay. Keeping
that plant open for more light, which is going to bring you more roses and nice big long stem roses.
That's rule number one. We'll give you the secret formula coming up in just a moment. So if you got any questions, join us. Hi, Carol. What's your rose question?
Okay. Well, my question is, my roses are probably 40 years old.
Okay.
And so do you trim them the same degree that you would a younger rose?
Absolutely. Doesn't matter how old they are. Now, having said that, if they haven't been pruned correctly in 40 years or a long time, then sometimes that's very difficult because those canes are very, very large, very heavy. I mean, they're like tree trunks. And so in those cases, you can't go back quite so far that it's nearly impossible. You'd have nothing left. So you kind of have to gauge that and judge that a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
And is there anything that we should be doing to them besides trimming them right now?
Absolutely. Yes.
Be listening. Here in just a moment, we'll tell you the magic formula.
Okay, Perry.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to give that away quite yet. I'm trying to figure out how to market it. Okay. Let's see here. Jessica. What's going on, Jessica?
Good morning. I have a quick question about preparing my very first garden. I have a spot I want to plow and till and get it all ready, but I'm just wondering is it too early to do that yet?
Oh, no, it's definitely not. In fact, you can be planting some things in the garden right now. So,
okay.
So yeah, absolutely. If you can work that soil, then definitely get it ready to go. You can also bring us a sample of your soil. You get it all tilled up and everything. Bring us a sample of that soil so we can test it for pH, so we can let you know if you need to adjust it for more acidic or more alkaline. And
Definitely
then
a good
also,
idea.
I'm sorry?
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and then we'll also test it for dissolved solids to let you know if it's high or low, so it kind of gives you an idea of amount of fertilizer you might need.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Jessica. All right, if you want to join us, 776-5368 or toll free 1-800-373-5368, and your name's going in the hat, and Tim's giving away a $10 gift card out there at the Four Seasons Nursery. So who knows, you could win that. Hi, Lori. What's on your mind today?
Climbing roses. I have a climber that is about 14 years old, and it's never truly been properly pruned, just cut back where it's grown all over. It's about 10 feet high, and I want to know what can I do. There are some really old kids. I need help. It needs to be really cut back to good health.
Okay. Well, with the climbing roses, we don't have to cut those back as far as we do the cane type roses, but the climbing roses, sometimes when they get old and they haven't been pruned a lot, they don't produce as many flowers, and so it's a good idea to get in there and thin those and cut them back. And so sometimes that's difficult because they've all kind of intertwined together. So I like to just take them every so often and cut them back to about 2 feet tall, and just like you would in the fall, just a cleaning cut, just chop right across, clear everything else out, and then let them start over. And they'll recover from that beautifully. You'll have beautiful roses this spring or this summer.
Did you say 2 feet tall?
Yes. Yeah.
So where it's climbing up to my window about 10 feet, cut it down to 2 feet?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be brave, and I'll do it and follow the other instructions.
You answered that very well, Lori.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Tim.
You're welcome.
Okay.
God bless your day. Bye.
Okay. All right. 776-5368 or toll free 1-800-373-5368. Well, it's all about roses. Hi, Marilyn. What's your rose question?
My mother told me that if I put a banana at the base of the rose bush, that I would have fantastic roses. But what actually happened was last year I had bukus of growth, and they were really long, leggy branches and very few roses. What did I do wrong? Did I put too much banana?
Well,
now that's a new one. Have you heard that one?
No. Bananas make great pie. Bananas make great pudding. Bananas make they're great eating fresh. I've never really heard to put them on a rose bush. But having said that, bananas have a good source of phosphorus, and phosphorus is used in the production of flowers. And so I can understand the concept of putting a banana and using that for a source of phosphorus. But if you're not pruning correctly, and if you're not replenishing the nitrogen, which is very, very important, as well as a good source of magnesium, then just the banana by itself, I'm sure, was not enough.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, and we got some more folks here asking Rose questions. We have the magic formula.
All right.
And we just haven't figured out how to package it legally yet, right?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll be right back. If you want to join us, give us a buzz. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Paulina and I work at theDove TV. Did you know that when you support theDove TV, you have a profound impact, not only in our community, but around the world? It's your continued support that takes the inspiration and hope in the programs we produce and makes them available to the thousands of people who are watching these videos online every week. Help bring encouragement and hope to our valley and beyond by making a secure online donation today at our website, thedove.us.
Okay, we're back with Tim Elbert, and better known as the Timidator. He heads up the Four Seasons Nursery, and we're talking about things you should be actually doing in the garden this time of the year. And if you have any questions about what you should be doing, even though it's going to be snowing and raining, give us a call. 776-5368 is the local number, 776-5368, and then toll free outside the immediate area at 1-800-373-5368. All right, we got a lot of questions lined up here, but let me take the phone calls and we'll come back and we'll give you the magic formula, because now's the time to put it on. And you know what? It's going to be raining this weekend. Could be perfect to put it on.
Not a bad time.
All right, let me see if we can get these phone calls taken care of. Hi, Carrie. What's on your mind?
Well, I have a couple of questions. When is the best time to start planting bulbs for the spring and grass for the spring?
Okay. If you're talking about bulbs that bloom in the spring, last fall.
I know, but I didn't get around to it.
He sells those at the store. He's got round to it. It's all over there.
The spring flowering bulbs, if you're wanting those in your yard, you're probably going to have to purchase them already growing then. And so those will begin to come out probably in March. So a few weeks left before that happens. But the summer bulbs, the things that bloom in the summer, the lilies, the dahlias, those things, that's about the same time, about March is when you'll plant those. But tulips, daffodils, all of those, the hyacinths, that kind of a thing, should have done that back in October. And then as far as grass goes, for a lawn, we need warm soil temperatures, and so I suggest for most people that we wait until about April, and when our soil temperatures are warming up enough that seed can germinate quickly and come up before the birds eat it all or the rain washes it all away.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Now we know when we can plant.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, Carrie. Okay. Let's go to Abby. Hi, Abby. What's going on with the black spots on your roses?
Well, I just want to know what to do to keep them away.
Okay. Did you have black spot on your rose bushes last summer?
Yes, every year.
And did you treat them with the lime sulfur this last fall?
I don't know anything about lime sulfur, so
Okay.
probably not.
Okay, then you're going to have black spot this spring.
Oh, great.
Okay. So there's the bad news. Now, talking about lime sulfur has been pulled off the market. And so if you've got lime sulfur, you can use that. It's a great product to use in the fall. And then again, as soon as you finish with your pruning and fertilizing in February, then that lime sulfur goes back on those roses to protect them from that black spot. However, in your situation, because you didn't spray them in the fall, you will probably have some black spot coming on. Your best defense this time of year now is to use a product called 2-in-1. And 2-in-1 is a combination systemic insecticide and fungicide. And you mix it up and you pour it around the soil, around your rose bush. And it goes up through the root system and goes into those buds when those buds open up in the spring, and it controls the fungus that way. So it's easier, it's better than a spray, and it is very, very effective. But don't expect it to be completely effective against your black spot if you didn't control it last fall. Okay.
All right then.
All right, but I would definitely put it down, and you can put it down as often as every 6 weeks. I'd say every 2 to 3 months is usually good enough, and it's inexpensive. It's easy to do.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Abby, thank you. All right, hi Paula. What's going on with your rose cutting?
Okay, so you were talking about cutting back the roses. So here I've got this old rose bush. with a huge root ball, and I've got some dead canes coming out of it and some living canes coming out of it. Where do you actually cut the rose bush? You cut it in the middle of the stem, you cut it near a bud, you cut it at an angle, cut it straight. How do you actually make the cut?
So the cut itself, you want to be just above a bud that faces away from the center of the plant. So above a bud, your cut should be at a slight angle. Too much of an angle, and you risk ruining the bud below. So try to keep it at just a slight angle, and you're fine. And then you want to make sure that you, first of all, I would clean all that dead wood out. Get any dead wood out of there, because it's going to harbor insect and disease problems. It's just going to be a mess. So get the dead wood out of there, and then when you prune, and you're pruning to an outward-facing bud, sometimes what happens is you get a rose bush that's kind of really high on one side and really short on the other. And so you want it to be real evenly height. And so do your best to prune it to an outward-facing bud, but more importantly, keep those canes at a very similar height, so that when you're done, it should almost be flat across the top.
Okay, and how many canes can you leave on a thing? Because sometimes those deadwood canes will die back into that big knot at the bottom by the ground.
Right.
And so how many canes do you need to leave that are living when you're cutting off a rose bush like that? Do you need 2, 3, 5?
I say at least 4 on a young plant. At least 4 on an older plant. As many as 8 is good enough.
4 to 8 canes, depending on age. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Paula. All right. Let's see what time. I'll squeeze in one more. Denise, hi.
Hi. How are you doing today?
Good. What's up with your blueberries?
Blueberries. I have about 4 blueberries in the ground, but I have one that's still in a container. Did that one die during the frost?
Chances are it did not. Blueberries are very, very hardy. However, it may have gotten damaged some. I know I've got a couple of there's one called Peach Sorbet that was new last year, and I planted a couple of those in containers, and they're out on my patio. They're alive, but the leaves look terrible. And so most blueberries drop their leaves. Some of them are supposedly evergreen, but most of the evergreen blueberries did get damaged this year, but definitely they should be alive.
Okay. Okay, well, what about the ones in my ground then? Should be just fine.
Yeah, the ones in the ground should be, they shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever. If the tips have died back, you can prune those back, but I suggest waiting on that until sometime in March, when we've kind of passed the chances of any really major cold storms. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
I do want to give you the magic rose formula. Hold on. I want to get the calls in first. Hi, Sally. What's up?
Hello. My fan palm didn't fare well during the freezing weather we had, and I have a lot of them that are just brown, but some still have some green at the base. Should I do anything?
Well, the palm trees are the one thing that I would prune this time of year, and that is because all of those fronds are dead, regardless of if they have any green on them or not. They're all dead. So I go through and prune them all off as close to the trunk as I can. And then the new fronds that are coming up through the center, I want to leave those there because they're actually protecting that trunk. I want to leave them on there and just wait until spring. I would take a fungicide like the liquid systemic fungicide. Mix up a quart or so of that and pour that and soak that around the top of that trunk so it gets down inside the center of that trunk to protect it from rot. That's going to be the big factor right now is rot.
Okay.
So if you can do that, there's a very good chance that your palm trees will come out of that. We've had this cold before, and a lot of the established palm trees came through it, and so you're probably not going to know until May before we actually know for sure that they're dead. So we'll give it plenty of time. All right, don't cut them down.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, thanks, Sally. Let's see here. Jennifer, hi.
Hello.
What's going on with your trees?
I would like to know about planting a tree. When you've dug the hole for the tree, what do you put in the hole before you plant the tree?
Well,
dirt.
Like fruit trees.
Nothing. Not before the tree, but after the tree.
Okay, so you don't need to put any extra soil or fertilizer or anything in.
When you're planting, especially right now, we're talking about a lot of bare root that's available right now. Fruit trees, shade trees, flowering trees, lots and lots of things like that. That bare root, but regardless, whether it's bare root, containered, balled and burlap, the process is pretty much the same. When you set that tree in the hole, you want to put back in the hole your native soil mixed with a good compost, and the better quality compost, the better for the tree. So I mix it a good half and half. With the bare roots, we put the soil in, and then make sure you kind of adjust the tree to be sure it's not too deep. And then I take like the shovel handle or a stick of some sort and kind of poke it around those roots to get any air pockets out, so you get soil all around those roots, and pack that in firmly. Put a starter fertilizer over the top. We use one by Espoma called Plant Tone Starter or something like that. Anyways, and then water with root stimulator. Do the root stimulator once a week for 4 weeks, and then no other water other than what God gives it until it fully leaves out. Okay?
Okay, and you said on the root stimulator once a week?
Once a week for 4 weeks. Yeah. And we've seen 30 days earlier root development using root stimulator, so it definitely works well.
Okay, and then you had mentioned about not too deep on planting, because they come, the bare root wrapped up. How deep is that?
Well, of course, you're going to unwrap it, and you're going to shake loose any sawdust or materials that are around those roots, and so you're going to have bare roots there. And you'll be able to see on that tree there should be a graft, which is like a little knob down towards the root system. Okay. And then so that knob has to be above ground, but the roots have to be below ground. So you want to plant it so that the roots are covered, but the knob is not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
You're
Jennifer. All right, let's see if we squeeze in one more before the break. Hi, Jan. What's going on with your veggies?
Yes, we want to eat this year. I'm just wondering this early what we can put directly in the ground. And what needs to be planted in the greenhouse right now. I know there's quite a few things. I'm just not sure exactly what.
Sure, there's lots and lots of options. Directly planting in the ground right now, the hardier leafy crops like spinach, chard, cole crops like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. You can do root crops, carrots, radishes, onions, garlic, if you haven't got that in already.
I did.
Yeah. And then peas. We can go ahead and do peas. And then the rest of the stuff.
Now.
Yes. Yeah. The rest of the stuff you'll want to do inside.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I promise you, we'll share with you the magic rose formula, only found at Tim Albert's place. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I work at theDove TV. You know, compared to Portland, Seattle, and LA, Medford might be considered a small market, but at theDove, we're excited about the opportunity to make a big impact right here in our community. And you help make that happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us now by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us, or by phoning 541-776-5368.
All right, always a joy to have Tim Albert in the house. Tim heads up the Four Seasons Nursery, and he's here answering all of your questions about what you should be doing in the yard at this time of the year. And yes, there are things you should be doing in the yard this time of the year. So if you got any questions, here's a great opportunity. Give us a call and get those answered. The phone number is 541-776-5368. That's the local number, 541-776-5368. And then the toll-free number for all of you up and down the southern Oregon coast, Northern California, over in the Klamath Basin. Maybe you're watching on Roku. Give us a call, toll-free, 1-800-373-5368. Again, 800-373-5368. Before we get back to the phone, my mother had this great little formula of alfalfa meal and Epsom salt.
Right.
And she'd put it on her roses. She'd do the normal pruning like you did, you recommend. And then February was the big cutback.
Right.
Especially the tree roses. And she trimmed them all back. And then she would take this and 50-50 of Epsom salt and alfalfa meal, mix it up in a little container, and put it right around the base of the rose and let the rain take it in. And I'm telling you, my mother's roses, and of course now Peggy's been doing that for years, just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you see about a cup per rose?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the reason why that works so well, alfalfa meal is a very good source of organic nitrogen. And that's very, very important for those, especially at the beginning of the season. It also has a natural growth hormone in it that tells the plant it's time to grow. And that's why using that right at the beginning in February, when it's starting to break buds and it's starting to wake up, you're kind of telling it, yes, it's okay to grow. It's okay to push this growth out. And so it's going, and it's confirming what it already knows, basically, and you're getting that extra spurt of growth. The magnesium is, the Epsom salt is a very good source of magnesium, which certain plants like higher amounts of magnesium, such as potatoes, tomatoes, and roses. And that extra magnesium helps those canes to be nice and firm. It makes them so that when you get those long stem roses, they're nice and sturdy, and helps the roses stand up better. And I had somebody asking me the other day. They said, "Well, my roses that they just nod over."
Yeah.
And the magnesium helps them to hold that rose up, and so it's very, very good for that.
All right, it's 50-50. Epsom salt and alfalfa meal. You can get those at your place.
Yep.
And he'll show you how to mix it up. But about a cup per rose tree or plant should do it.
Yes.
And boy, this would be the weekend to do it. Let the rain take it in. All right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, your roses will be absolutely gorgeous. All right, Trish, thanks for waiting. You're into planting hay bales?
No, I had a question. I was looking up something on straw bales, planting root crops directly on straw bales. They were talking about how it would make it a very nice straight carrot on straw bales.
That's interesting. I'm sure it would work. There's a lot of things that have been done using straw bales, and you can take them and I suggest getting them, if you're going to do it, getting them soon and getting them outside where they're going to get rained on, and the rain's going to soak up in there real good, and they're going to start to break down a little bit, and then start planting in them. But yes, you can do that. I know of people who have used straw bales to create a raised garden, and then they'll plant in the straw bales as well as in the garden. And yeah,
that's what I'd heard, and I wanted to do that because we live out on the other side of White City, and it's really bad soil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Trish. Let's go to, hi, Rita.
Hi.
What's up?
It's good to see Tim back. Missed him. I have a question about the Epsom salts. Somebody gifted me a large basket full of packages of Epsom salts. Some are eucalyptus and some are lavender. Does that make any difference?
No, it doesn't matter, because those are just extra oils that are used for scenting. They're all natural, so putting that down isn't going to harm your plants at all. You're not putting it on the foliage or anything. You're putting it in the ground. So yeah. It'll it might affect. I wonder if it'll affect the fragrance of the rose.
Well, yeah, eucalyptus roses. If I get some, I'll bring you a bunch.
If they smell like cough drops, then we'll know.
Okay, Tim. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right. Again, if you go to Four Seasons, ask for the Anita Magic. My mother's name was Anita. But anyway, ask for the blend of Epsom salt and alfalfa meal. He has them both there, and you can mix it up. And we just got to get it through the system so we can create our little bag of already made up and ready to go.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That would be.
That'd be a hoot. All right, let us know if you got any questions. Everybody that calls in, your name's going in the hat. And then somebody's going to win a $10 gift certificate out there at the Four Seasons Nursery coming up in just a few moments. Jennifer's back. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm talking about the rose formula. If I'm planting roses, do I use that when I plant them or just at the February time in fall?
At the time of planting is a great time to put that in. So absolutely, you can do that at time of planting. If you have established rose bushes, the best time for that is February, the very first feeding that they're going to get. After that, I just use regular rose food. But right there, that very first one, it's definitely a good idea to use.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. All right. Well, if you got any more questions, let us know. 541-776-5368 or toll free 1-800-373-5368 as we head into this wintry weekend, and there's some things you can do out in the yard. And bare roots are in, huh?
Bare roots are in. I just, you guys don't know what I go through to bring you the greatest plants.
You spend 5 hours on the freeway.
Yeah, I spent all day on the freeway yesterday coming down from Salem. But we have brought in some incredible varieties, some things that probably many people have never heard of.
Really?
Goji berries, which are gaining in popularity, sea berries, honey berries. We've got, for the first time in a long time, we've got filberts right now. And there's just all kinds of exotic fruits that we just brought down from the Salem area. So, in fact, they're out in my trailer out here right now. So give me a chance to get them out of the trailer before you come looking for them. But there's going to be a really great selection of berries. Fruit trees are out right now, and lots and lots of varieties of fruit available.
So bare root planting is now on.
It is that time. Yes.
All right. So get out, especially while the soil is soft. Dig your hole and get it in there. Now's the time to do it, especially with this rain. Long overdue.
Yes.
We may be still in somewhat of a drought condition this summer, so I guess we got to be planning for that.
Yeah, and one of the things you want to do when you're planning for dry conditions is really important to think about your lawn, which takes up a huge percentage of your watering. And there are things you can do now to help protect your lawn from a dry summer. And it's really important to use a product called Soil Activator. And a lot of people use it. We sell lots and lots of it because it's very effective. But one of the things that it does, one of its benefits, is that it helps plants to utilize moisture more efficiently. So you can water less and still get the same result. So by putting this down once in the spring and once in the fall every year, it's going to really help to keep your lawn from being stressed because you have to cut back on the water in the summertime.
You put it on now?
Yeah, we put it on late February.
All right.
And
let the rains take it in.
Yep, let the rains take it in. This year, I'm going to suggest that people put it on a second time in April, and that's going to give us a little extra so that we can really keep our lawns good through the summertime with less water. You can cut your fertilizer in half. You can cut your water almost in half by using this product. So it's really important. And the other thing is that lawns, when they get dry, become stressed out and weak. And so weeds get in there, insect disease issues. So you want to get something down to prevent that stuff so that when summer hits, you're already protected against all of those things coming in and destroying your lawn.
So you got the soil activator now. It's in stock.
Soil activator now, yeah.
All right, let's take a long question before we take a break. Hi, Steve. What else you got on your lawn question?
My lawn looks like a disaster. Yeah, I'm having a nervous breakdown.
This is a guy whose lawn is on the front page of a gardening magazine.
Yeah, right. I went out the other day and got some F-stop put on there. I have this huge problem with snow mold every year. I mean, it's just as bad as I've ever had. About 80% of my lawn is brown now. Kills all the foliage. But I was wondering if I got a thatching blade for my mower and got all that up and thatched that up, would that help come springtime? I know it doesn't kill the plant completely because it comes back every year beautiful in the spring, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. In my opinion, the thatching blades for mowers are not a good thing.
Really?
Yeah. So it's I would suggest. Of course, we haven't had a lot of really nice weather. We had some sunshine, but cold still, and the soils are still cold. You're not going to see a huge difference right now. The F-stop would have stopped that snow mold, and so it shouldn't be getting any worse. But give it another month or so, and you get your soil activator down, and that'll help break down any of that dead grass and stuff, and then your lawn will start to come back from that.
Well, it comes back in the spring, but it's just worse this year than ever.
Yeah, you know, that's just because of all the snow. And I think a lot of it is, you know, you might be seeing what you think is snow mold is actually just damage from snow.
Yeah.
So you may have had snow mold and just snow damage. So that's not uncommon. And yeah, the lawns are going to look pretty poor right now. But if you want to protect that lawn from snow mold, do an extra F-stop application in November.
Yeah.
And that will really help you protect it from the snow mold through December when that's a real problem.
Right. Okay. Well, that answers my question about that thatching thing. So, okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Dave. All right, let me take a quick break. We'll be right back. If you want to join us, 776-5368 or toll free 1-800-373-5368. Tim Albert's here and taking your phone calls. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Paula, and I work at theDove TV. Every day we get letters and emails from people who've been encouraged, blessed, and challenged by the programs on theDove TV. But we couldn't do it without you. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to bring inspiration and hope to our community by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us, or call us at 541-776-5368.
Okay, we're talking plants, pruning, bugs, trees, roses, alfalfa meal, Epsom salt, and Hawaii trips. All wrapped in one. Tim Albert's here from the Four Seasons Nursery, and they're out on Highway 62. You go on out, hop over on Vilas Road, go up about a half mile. You can't miss it. And what are your winter hours?
Well, you know, we made an executive decision yesterday.
Again,
yes. Well, we usually close on Sundays in January and reopen on Sundays in February, but I think we're going to stay closed on Sundays through February.
I think your pastor will be happy.
Yeah. So we'll be we're going to be still same hours, 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
Check it out. All right, let's get to the phones real quick. Ruth, you have been very patient. What's going on with your peach tree?
I have a peach tree that I planted, I believe it was in July, and it's got a good start, and I saw it yesterday. It's a dwarf, and it has tiny little buds on it. Do I need to do anything to protect it or trim it or feed it or anything?
You planted it in July?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do any copper sprays last fall?
I did the seaweed spray that you told me to do, I believe it was.
Okay. All right, so then you definitely want to get a copper spray on. I would do it as soon as we get a dry day or two.
Okay.
And then again, you'll want to hit it again right when those buds begin to open, but before you can see the flowers form. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to do it as soon as we get a little bit of dry weather, and then it's going to be maybe just a couple of weeks after that you'll hit it again. So, and that's going to be your best defense against the leaf curl and some of the other problems. And then once the petals have fallen off the flowers, and we don't have the bees aren't out pollinating, then you're going to want to hit it one more time with a little lighter application of the copper, and that's going to help prevent more of the leaf curl problems.
Okay.
So you have 3 more sprays you want to do.
Okay, great. Also, I have roses that are very old, and I have a tree rose that has the most beautiful orange flowers, and it has split. But we connected it back together, and it's still producing greatly. But some of the roses get dark spots on them. Is there anything I can do now to stop that?
Well, are you talking about dark spots on the leaves?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the black spot fungus. And yes, I would say use that 2-in-1 and mix up, you said it's a tree rose. How long have you had it?
Since, I believe, 2001.
Okay. So mix up about 1 to 2 gallons of the mix and pour that around the base. Let it soak in really, really good into that the root system of that tree, and you should have better success. You may still get some black spot coming out this spring, but it'll definitely keep it at a minimum.
And what did you say the mix was?
It's called 2-in-1. It's put out by Fertilome. And just come in and ask for the 2-in-1 for roses, and we'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll have to come out there and get some.
Okay.
Thank you.
And by the way, that's probably a Tropicana rose. That is the absolutely best, most beautiful orange.
Really?
Yep. Tropicana is a very old variety, and it's outstanding. Now, somebody's probably going to call up and argue with me because there's other orange ones out there, but Tropicana is one of the best. But it also gets black spot.
All right. Hey, Merwin, you still want to fertilize your lawn?
Well, I just wanted to find out. We finally got some rain. Is it too early to put some good, strong fertilizer on?
Yes. And the only reason why I'm saying that now is because there's this threat of really cold weather. So I want to say, we want to wait until maybe we get a little bit warmer rain. We've started our lawn care newsletter, by the way, and you can sign up for that. You can give me a call or send me an email, and we'll get you signed up for the lawn care newsletter if you're interested. And the lawn care newsletter will tell you when it's time to put down each of our steps of our lawn care program. And it's a very valuable thing because it comes out right at the right time. And we are going to be putting it out exactly when it's time, so that we'll be watching the weather, we'll be watching conditions to make sure that it's proper time. We used to say late February. Well, that doesn't always happen, and it's not always the right time. So pay attention on that and stay tuned, and we'll let you know. But for this, what I'm thinking right now is it's going to be probably late February or early March before we can actually put some fertilizer down on the lawn.
But the activator
but we can put the activator on now, though?
The activator can go down, yeah, because there's no fertilizer in it. So you can go ahead and put that down now if you want to.
Okay, super.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Hi, Pam.
Hi.
What's up?
I'd like to know about pruning my clematis, how far back I can cut them. And also, I bought this house a few months ago, and it had been empty for 3 years. And so in the lawn, I have a lot of wide leaf grass, which I'm not sure what that is, and a lot of broadleaf weeds.
Okay. For the clematis, it's really going to depend on the timing of the bloom. If it's a spring blooming clematis, you don't want to do any pruning on it right now. You want to wait. Unless you need to kind of clean it up a little bit, you could do that. But you chance losing flowers if you cut it back. So if it's a summer blooming one, then absolutely you can cut it back now, and you can cut it back a third of the way to halfway if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
the
weeds in the lawn.
The weeds in the lawn. It's still early to treat the weeds in the lawn, but the broadleaf weeds are easily treated with a product called Weed Free Zone. And the Weed Free Zone works better than just about any other weed killer on the market. It does a great job on oxalis and clover and spurge and all those nasty little things that get in the lawn. But of course, it doesn't take care of those broadleafed grasses that you might have going on there. And in those, the best thing to do is to bring me a sample so we can identify what it is and get you something that can control it.
Okay.
All right?
I can do that. Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Pam. Hey, Midge.
Good morning. God bless you guys.
You too.
Hi.
Hey, when do I start putting the liquid systemic and seed around the base of the roses to actually get them to grow?
Yeah, I do that at the same time I finish my pruning. So I finish pruning, I put down the Anita Magic Formula, and then I water them with the systemic. You do it all in one day.
Can you give me any advice on peach picking time? My daughter's going to be 50 this year. She wants to be here for peach picking and canning.
Oh, well, probably late June.
Late June?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so
thank you.
You might, if you're thinking about going out to the orchards, you might give the orchards a call. So a lot of it's going to depend on the variety, but it's right around there, right around late June. So give the orchards a call though and find out.
Yeah, because last year I housed Rose baseball players. If anybody's interested, they're taking host families. And the ball players were still here, and I thought it was the middle of August when we picked Blowhaven peaches. She's coming from Denver, so she's got to buy a plane ticket.
I think you're right. I think I was thinking cherries. Cherries are June.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on, Mitch.
Yeah.
We're going to get him counseling right after the show. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say now.
When you were saying that, I'm going, no, that's not right.
I made a mistake.
All right, so cherries are June and peaches are August.
They're more July, August. Yes.
You'll have to get a counselor for me, too, because she'll kill me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Okay. All right, let me see if I got to squeeze in a couple more real quick. Hi, Carrie. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I had a fig tree, and I went out there. It looked like the kids had pulled it over, and when I grabbed a hold of it, all the roots, there was just like a ball on the bottom, like a little beaver, just chewed everything off of that thing.
Yeah.
What could that be?
Probably gophers or moles. They love those things.
Really?
Yeah.
What can shotgun.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the Oregon way, man.
All right, is there anything to put in there to replant to keep them from eating them?
Just a barrier. You can use that. I've actually used a product called Mulgo, which is a castor bean oil product, and it comes in a granule. And whenever I plant something, I throw a couple of handfuls of that in the bottom of the hole just to ensure, because I've got them in my place too.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's see. Stan, we're going to end up with you. Quickly, Stan, go ahead.
Okay, this is Dan. I have a Rose of Sharon that's at its full growth now. I've had it for about 30 years, and I want to know if it's too late to trim it back, and how much can I trim it back?
Oh no, you can prune those back. They're great for spring pruning. So anytime between now and the end of March, really, you can prune them. You can go as far back as you want to, halfway even. It's not going to bother it a bit.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, Four Seasons Nursery, open 9 to 5. You just have to guess what day it is. No, it's 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Yeah, for at least for another month. All right, pick a winner out of there. The winner of today's $10 gift card to the
$10 card is Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Yes.
Congratulations, Marilyn. We'll see that you get that. And again, they are open from 9 to 5. If you're into bare roots, get it out there. And the famous formula, 50-50, alfalfa meal, Epsom salt, about a little cup full of that around your roses, and you'll have the beautiful roses you've always wanted. All right, called the Anita Magic Formula when you go to Four Seasons. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Jim, and I work at theDove TV.
Every weekday between 6 and 8 a.m., our award-winning news and sports team bring you the best morning show around. It's live, it's honest, and it's a whole lot of fun. And you help make it happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to air local programs that share your voice by making a secure online donation at our website, theDove.us.